Good morning. It's Saturday. We had a week off last week. Well, we didn't have a week off actually. We did vlogs and stuff, but we just didn't record enough to make a whole video out of it. It would have been about 7 minutes long. So I didn't edit it. But we did talk about a couple of things last week, which I will put in right now. Supporting small businesses. Gemma ordered some things from a small business.
One of our followers, she sent me a message saying to look at her Etsy shop.
Yeah.
So I did, and I ordered some prints, which are these ones.
Yeah. Do we need? Are these presents for anyone, or are these
just for Sophia?
Oh, okay. Sophia's young enough that it won't.
She's not going to see.
Karen, make Sophia look away now.
So it's basically Mickey and Minnie through the ears. Wow, that's really nice print.
Yeah, it's lovely, isn't it?
So I got them for Sophia, Mickey and Minnie, and she said, if there's anything you want as a gift, and I was like, no. I said, you know, at this time with everything that's going on, small businesses need support. Don't need to send us any gifts. I'm happy to buy these because they're absolutely amazing. She sent us something anyway.
So this is hashtag gifted.
Yeah.
Officially, but we have supported the business with money.
It's the Homebody. So she's on Instagram. It's the Homebodygram, and she's on Etsy as the Homebody Prints.
Cool.
And she sent us this little card as well with Quality Street on.
Very nice.
That's so cute. This is amazing. Will it fit in that frame, that random frame that we've got over there?
We bought a frame ages ago and we don't know why we bought it. It might do, but it'll be the wrong shape, but it might look alright with the backing on. We can always buy another frame, it's not a problem.
Little handwritten note in, which is super cute.
Yeah, I do like, I buy a lot of stuff off Etsy when like presents and stuff, so it's really cool.
Look at them.
They're really cool. Yeah, let's get a proper look instead of you, no offence. They're nice, aren't they?
And the new Mickey and Minnie at the end there.
Yeah.
I like this new style Mickey and Minnie. I think it's super cute.
Yeah, me too. And with that done, yeah, so updates. Not a huge amount been going on. We are in the lockdown 2 electric boogaloo, so you know, we're not really able to go anywhere or do anything much other than our Sunday walks, which we didn't have last week. So we'll probably do that tomorrow. I've started work on the Christmas village. We're going to put it here this year because nothing I have is big enough to store all of these sets. This isn't all of it. There's loads of like minifigs and stuff to go down, and also there's a new set. This is this year's Christmas set, and it's tradition for us now that we buy these every year when they come out. We are starting to consider that maybe we need 2 Christmas villages. So we have like the Christmas village and then the Santa village, because all of that's Santa's house there. This is the last year's brand new set is the Gingerbread House, which is fantastic. It's a lovely set. It doesn't really fit in with this, neither does the Santa's house really. And this year's set is the Elf Clubhouse, which really does fit in with the Santa's house, but again, none of the actual village, because Santa doesn't live in the village. I was thinking maybe Santa can live up on the hill, so to make some space up there. Yeah, this year this is the Christmas train. The Christmas train, I don't have the motor for it, but I do have a motor for the Disney train. So this year the Disney train is going to be a Christmas train, and it does work. And we'll probably go over it in more detail tomorrow, and I'll show you it moving and stuff like that. So other than that, plans for this weekend are few and far between. We're probably going to have some takeaway tonight, probably some pizza or something, and we're going to relax. We've been watching the Indiana Jones films. So we're probably going to watch the last of the 3 Indiana Jones films. There's only 3 of them, and we'll probably watch that tonight. Gemma is at work today, as usual, Saturday innit, and I'm playing some games upstairs. I'm still on Watch Dogs Legion. Your cat update. Here's a cat. He's sleeping. Oh, maybe he's not sleeping. Hey, mister, you alright? Or maybe I just woke him up like a big meanie. I'll leave you, but you're sitting on the remote. Because this is a Now TV remote and it's not infrared, it controls over Wi-Fi, I think. He can press a button while he's lying on it and turn the TV on. So occasionally we'll come downstairs and the TV will be on and he'll be sat there, relaxing, fast asleep. Anyway, I'm going to leave you to sleep now, mister. The other one's probably upstairs somewhere. Lunchtime. Actually, first of all, we got a mini keg from Black Lodge Brewery for the weekend. But lunchtime is going to be slops. Now, this is a veggie soup that Gemma made for me. It's really nice, actually. But I'm going to supplement it with a couple of frozen chicken breasts. Technically, they're the cat's we like to give him a treat occasionally, and he has some. But I'm going to put one in for him, and I'm going to have one as well for me soup. I should probably highlight they aren't cat food. They're just chicken breasts, frozen chicken breasts. But occasionally, as a treat, we give Gin frozen chicken breast with him being a little bit older, and I can have one too if I want to. And of course, later on, if I'm still peckish, I can have a sachet of Felix. There we go. I'll probably take 1.5 of these and let Gin have the other. And there's me soup warmed up. Needs a stir though. As far as what's in this soup, I'm not entirely sure. It was a veg pack that Gemma had got, I think, and some butternut squash. Now this is one kitty cat who meowed at me the whole time I was eating my chicken, but now his has cooled down enough so we can have some too. He's loving it. I think this is probably a good time to point out the issue we do seem to have now with the weekly vlogs, the occasional vlogs. Is I've done pretty much nothing all day. I had a bath, I got the wheelie bin in, I played games, sat on the couch, listened to some music. That was about it. Doesn't really make for the most exciting vlogging, does it? Hopefully tomorrow we'll do some bits because you know, Gem's off then and we can actually get out of the house and go for a little drive somewhere maybe. Although where the weather's been of late, it's not looking great because it's absolutely chucking it down right now. And now I keep remembering all the stuff that was in last week's vlog that never actually made it. Gemma ordered a new Christmas tree. That came last Thursday? The week before last. We'll show you that when we get nearer to Christmas because we're planning on doing the Yule vlogs. We're not going to do the full Christmas vlogs, but we'll do our Yule vlogs, which are just the occasional vlog with a different name. But we do have, like, Gemma's got some calendars she wants to open up for the videos as well, so we can do that sort of thing. And should be fun. We can get the house all Christmassy. Music update. Bought a new record. 2 new records actually. There's a new Mogwai album coming out next year, so I pre-ordered that because I can pre-order all Mogwai albums. And then I hope this doesn't get copyright striked, but I bought the new Van Aert album. Mike Van Aert from Motion Size released a new album. He released it as a surprise, really. I knew he was recording it because I'm on his Patreon, but it came out last Friday, so I've been listening to that a lot because it is awesome. And I ordered a vinyl copy of that. Awesome. Side note, if you're a Biffy Clyro fan, you'll know Mike Van Aert because he plays as their touring session guitarist. He used to be in a band called Ocean Size, who were one of my all-time favourites, and Alan from Springy Tales' all-time favourites. Gemma's home! And she's putting chicken in the freezer. You alright? We called into M&S and got a chicken for tomorrow, so we can have some nice dinner.
Yeah.
Some veggies. We did the meal deal thing. And a bottle of wine, because no one's going to get pop on the meal deal.
Extremely chocolatey chocolate biscuits.
Yeah, with nice chocolate biscuits.
These are the best, and they're on offer for £3 at the moment.
And look what they had as well. We have to buy this. We haven't had this for like 3 years. We actually vlogged the first time we had it.
What are you looking for? It's in this bag that I'm holding.
Gemma's
awkwardly because it's heavy.
Gemma's ruining me vlogging experience.
You're getting ahead of yourself, that's what it is. We've got 2 big boxes of chocolate.
Christmas cider. It's lovely this, isn't it?
Yeah, and it sells out like super quick.
Yeah, so we got 2 bottles. Gemma can have that over the Christmas festivities. And I might sneak a bit as well. And they also had some craft beers, so I picked up a couple to try. Anarchy Brewcore, Blonde Star, and another one. Another Anarchy one. Oh, there's Dog on the Tucker Box.
But because it's got a dog on it.
Yeah, you have to buy your wine because of the label.
Yeah,
oh, look,
oh yeah.
we hung Gemma's pictures. That one came a little while back, and we got a frame for that one finally, so we hung that one as well. I forgot to update on that.
It's fresh, fruity and tropical with peach, apricot and apple, and it's good with fish, chicken and parsley.
Very nice. Enjoy. Enjoy. You're not drinking it now, are you? Do you want a straw? It's the other one! And he's gone! It's the first one from earlier. Oh, it's both of them. Oh, could I cook for you, Gemma?
Oh, thanks. After my hard day.
I went upstairs and cooked it.
Upstairs?
Oh, those cookies look nice.
Well, they were nearly £5. I didn't order them.
Oh, okay then, they're not that nice then. One sleepy cat who's actually awake.
Archibald.
You don't fool us, do you, mister?
I can see you're awake.
He's very cute. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's Sunday. I'm going to go for a walk later.
Yeah.
And,
Weather holds.
yeah.
Dark.
Then we'll do some Lego building.
And dressing.
And dressing. Well, you can do the dressing. We've got the train station to build. The Christmas train station. And we need to obviously put all of our minifigs down, and I do have some white 2x4 bricks that I put down as little piles of snow and stuff, so we'll do that. I'm going to go and clean the PS4 because I was just playing it. It sounded like a vacuum cleaner. That's my first task for the day. Yeah, if you have a PS4 or a PS4 Pro, always worth checking this, because the fans run constantly. The vents start to get blocked up, and when the vents start to get blocked up, it'll get louder and louder as the fans struggle to cool the system, and then eventually it could break completely. So I'm going to clean this now because it's been a while, and oops, there's quite a lot of dust in there. Just give it a bit of a vacuum cleaner. I do anyway. Not recommending you do. Go and look online. I'm sure there's people who know better. That's way better. Apart from there's still some surface dust on there, so I'm going to give it a wipe with these electronic wipes that I bought ages ago. Good as new. Well, we've had our breakfast. We had a bit of coffee, and now it's time for a walk. And the car park we normally park at is closed, but we park somewhere else. Ooh, it looks gloomy today.
It's gloomy today.
There is a big ship coming in, sorry. Yeah, the car park we normally park is just up there, so we just parked a bit further away. There's some on-street parking that is free and isn't double yellowed. Not sure what you can hear because of the wind, so we'll dub in some friendly music. Doggy! We should have parked here. There's room here, and also Kiesel. We're going to have a slight change. We're going to walk across this grass on the way back. We don't normally come this way, so it's something different to do. We just walked from across down onto the beach and back round. The wind's not quite as bad over here. Yeah. That genuinely freaked me out then. I saw that at the corner of my eye. I thought, what the heck? Anyway, we're getting back to the car and we're done with our walk. Not as far today, but someone needs a wee.
Not me.
We are home. What are you doing?
Making chicken nuggets.
Making chicken nuggets.
I'm starving.
Oh, okay, we'll have chicken nuggets for dinner then.
I've not since breakfast.
We haven't. We only had toast for breakfast. Hi, cat. What's up? Oh, you're right, fella. We're building Lego.
We're buying Christmas lights.
And buying Christmas lights and just chatting about stuff. Because we can't go out anywhere much other than our little walks, so we might as well just sit and lounge and chat here.
I get to go to work every day.
Yeah, I get to stay at home for work every day. I'm building, I can't really show you because I don't have enough cameras and multicam setups, but I'm building the Lego Creator 10259 Winter Station. What is it? What's the official name for it? Winter Village Station. And Gemma's buying Christmas lights so we can do the window, what we do every year.
A bit differently though.
Yeah, we're going to get some new bits, and we try and
Well, we've got a
spice it
new
up a
tree
bit,
this
don't we?
year as well.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, I mentioned that.
I did post a picture of it. It's kind of up in
Yeah.
my Instagram, but we're not putting. I don't want to put it up until the end of November because I want to try and keep my yearly timeline similar.
Yeah.
Because the year's just flying by. So, and I'm also worried that because it's a new tree that somebody might climb it. Yeah, because it's like a new smell.
Yeah.
So our tree was always a black Christmas tree. So I like the black trees because it shows up all the colours. But this year we've gone for a slim flocked, pre-lit Alaskan pine tree.
It's almost like you read that off the bottom.
Yeah, that's in the corner there. But it's not, we normally stand the tree on a little table because it's only a small living room. But this, I got a slim one, so it's going to stand just by that lamp there. I did point like this, so you can see me. It's going to stand there, and it's pre-lit as well, which is it was just new for us. But we put it together and checked that it lights up, and it will fit into the space, so that's good.
Yep.
And it was like 38 quid from the range. I mean, I wanted B&Q forever and ever and ever, and then when I went to buy it, it was out of stock. So
we end up with the range.
Well, the one from the range looks exactly the same, to be fair.
Probably made in the same fashion.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of our viewers asked us about Florida, and we didn't. I don't really want to do a complete video of talking about Florida again right now, but I thought we could cover it off in this vlog, and what we're looking forward to getting back to. My opinion on this, some people are like, well, things might never be the same again, and to be honest, I don't want to think about that.
No.
I'm going to work on the principle that everything will go back to normal, and I don't care if that's realistic or unrealistic, because it keeps going.
We're looking forward to going back to Florida.
Yeah.
Going back to Florida. There's no specific thing
that
I'm looking forward to. Literally, flying. I absolutely adore long haul flights. I love being at the airport. I love being on the plane. I love getting off at MCO and the tram, and I just want the familiarity back again.
Yeah. And like first night when you go out on iDrive or wherever you happen to be, going out and get some American food, some basic grub, and your first beer and all that lot, and then knowing that you got that for that 14 days ahead of you. I mean, this is as transferable anywhere, isn't it? It's the first night out on holiday anyway.
Any holiday.
I think we found that with our centre parks. It was was really nice to just have that trip and all in front of you to look forward to enjoy.
As we said, it wasn't even a case of where we went. It was just you needed a different four walls to stare at. Yeah,
and we did quite a lot of walking on that.
We did, yeah. It was lovely.
Fresh air.
But it was. I feel really bad that Centre Parks will have to shut again for this lockdown because they were doing stuff so well. I mean, the park compared to when we've been in normal times, it was empty. Yeah. Like there was hardly anybody there. They were very strict with everything whenever you had to come in contact with people. Yeah. And it just seems a shame that they've had to shut. Same as zoos. I don't understand why zoos are shut, but I can go to B&Q. I'm mixed with lots of people really close together, but I can't go to the zoo. We're all outside and all spread out. It just makes no sense.
Yeah, I know what you mean. The other question that person also asked was telling about our previous Florida trips, and it's probably a good point to actually bring up because a lot of people have joined our channel long after we discussed our first trips, which were one of the first videos we did. We did a Q&A, didn't we? We're not Q&A, an introduction to us effectively about how we did Florida and that. Talking about because we didn't, our first trip that we vlogged wasn't our first trip to Florida. We were quite familiar with Florida at that point. It was our fourth trip, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
We went, 2010 was our first trip. We went 2012 and then we went 2013. And that trip was 2015, so it was 2 years off, and at that point I think we were climbing up the wall to get back for our first trip, and between sort of 2013 and 2015 we had started to watch a lot of the likes of Crispy S'more and That Sounds Fun, and Steph. Yeah, just Steph. She was one of our first to watch, and Phil, Emma and Ben we started watching, didn't we? And we're oh, we quite fancied a go at that. We never intended it to be more than just, you know, holiday videos. It's still the same, to be honest. We don't intend to be YouTube famous or anything like that. But yeah, that 2015 trip wasn't our first trip, so we knew what we were getting ourselves in for. So I suppose our first trip was the 2010 one.
Yeah.
So the thing about the 2015 was it was our first Disney trip. You'd done Disneyland Paris, hadn't you?
Yes.
Twice.
Yes.
I'd never been to a Disney park ever, so that was quite exciting, that first trip, which is why we both ended up balling on Main Street the first time we went down Main Street, which is always fun. I like watching back that memory, which is again the other reason why we did vlogs. But the 2010 and 12, 2010 and 12 trip we did Universal, SeaWorld trips. It was iDrive, wasn't it?
Yeah.
By 2013, we wanted to go a bit further afield. We still didn't do Disney, but that was the first time we drove.
Was it? Yeah, our first trip didn't drive anyway, did we?
We decided we wanted to do a zoo trip. So that was our first trip where we did, where we just did SeaWorld as far as the big parks. And we wanted to do zoos. So we did Brevard, Central Florida. We
Big
did
Cat Rescue.
Tapa's Lowry Park Zoo, Big Cat Rescue, which is obviously a lot more in the news nowadays than it was back then. We could probably make an entire other vlog out of that place, but what I will say about that place was a lot of dedicated staff there who knew the stuff.
Yes.
And it wasn't that the owner of it wasn't there when we were there.
No,
I don't think. Certainly we didn't.
It's a shame. What a claim to fame if we'd met Carol Baskin.
Yeah.
But it was. To be fair, it was. They've got a good heart.
I wouldn't go back though.
So I would go back. There was cats there that broke my heart when you heard where they'd come from. Because there are other places in Florida where you can pay to swim with tiger cubs and interact really closely with them, and they had cats that had come from there, so they had no claws, they had no teeth because all the teeth get pulled so they can't bite anybody, and then when they're too big because they're too strong they just get discarded, and then a sanctuary will pick them up and look after them for the rest of their lives. So.
But I found the message was very mixed because they were all like that about sanctuaries, sorry not sanctuaries, about cat petting and roadside zoos, which we don't like. But they were the same about zoos, but then they weren't the same about zoos when it was convenient.
Yeah.
So the place didn't, some things didn't ring true about the place to me, so personally I wouldn't go back. We also went and saw Winter the dolphin from Clearwater Marine Aquarium. That's changed so much since, it's unrecognisable.
It was under construction, wasn't it, when we were there?
We weren't super impressed with that place, but actually the staff were like really lovely there, but we just didn't think it was worth the money, I guess. It was like, we were in there like an hour and a half.
Different now, because it has expanded a lot, hasn't it?
Yeah, and it did seem to be that they were just sort of pushing the winter thing, but I suppose that makes sense when you're a charity. You're making money off, like,
you've
got to fund your sanctuary off whatever you can.
We've still got a magnet on the fridge that says we're one of Winter's official members.
Yeah, we just didn't like the way they seemed to be cashing in on. Like, you could do all the experiences, like photographs with her and all that. Like, we just thought it was a bit exploitative.
Especially because she's a wild dolphin. She's not a captive bred dolphin.
And my one overriding memory of that place was there was an old fella. And with was it Naughty Nicholas the dolphin?
Naughty Nicholas.
And he wheeled this old fella in a wheelchair down to the front in a scooter, an electric scooter. And every time Nicholas jumped out of the water, he would splash, and this old fella would get soaked. And the owners, the owners of him, I'm assuming it was his children. Obviously, they were fully grown, accompanying him on the trip. They were just sat up the back laughing. And the staff were like, right, we're going to have to move this guy away because he keeps getting soaked every time. The poor fella. And it was one of those where you shouldn't laugh, but it was kind of funny. Felt awful.
He was only in a wheelchair, he wasn't like...
he was...
anything wrong with him.
Yeah. It was just seeing him there just covered in, like, dolphin water.
Dolphin water, it sounds like dolphin peed on him.
But yeah, I mean, that trip, we drove that thing in the Jeep Patriot. The big silver Jeep Patriot. It was big for me because I was used to driving a Mazda at that time. The silver Jeep Patriot, and I loved that car. And everyone was like, That's like one of the worst cars you can rent, and I really enjoyed it. It's kind of probably that's me with cars, really, isn't it? I like stupid cars that are weird.
Very comfortable. That was the main thing.
Yeah.
Had loads of space for your luggage.
We've done all this chat a bit backwards because we went straight to the 2013 one and just chatted loads about it. I don't care. It's not a formal sit-down chat.
Yeah, so for people who tell you can't get around Florida without a car, you can
Yeah,
quite easily because we did it twice.
Yeah, we did it twice.
Okay, we didn't do Disney, but there was ways and means to get to Disney if you wanted to go there.
Yeah.
We used a mix of taxis.
Yeah, and this was
transport.
pre like Uber and stuff like that,
Yeah,
wasn't it?
it was,
so
yeah.
that wasn't an option, and obviously is now. But we used to get the Mia's coach to Busch Gardens in 2020, both 2010, 12, and even in 13 when we had the car, because the Mia's transport was free and I could just sit back and fall asleep on the bus because we went out for a few beers quite a lot on that holiday, didn't we?
Yeah, and you could have a beer at Busch Gardens and not have to worry about driving home.
Plus the driving over to Busch is some of the roads around there, we took a wrong turn and ended up on like roundabouts and things which just nobody over there seemed to know what to do with. But the 2010 and 12 trips were Universal, SeaWorld, Busch, weren't they?
Mm-hmm.
We went the first year, Harry Potter bit opened, so that was like chaos. And
we got on everything though.
We did, yeah.
Used all the tips that we'd learned from the vlog.
Which was basically get in the park and run straight to Forbidden Journey. But that does mean we managed to ride the B&M Invert, the Dragon Challenge, which was like, I'd always seen that on TV, and that two roller coasters, that one at Universal, because it was the dueling B&M and the Combat at Busch Gardens, and we managed to ride both of them.
It was like we went in September, wasn't it, our first trip, and it was my brother and my dad came with us, same as the last November trip. It was that was like our reunion trip, just the four of us. And we got there was no queues at Busch Garden. No. We got on everything,
including the old Gwazi, both tracks off. Injury Machine, yeah. It
wasn't only one track open on Gwazi.
No, that was the second and third time. The first time both tracks were open, I think. Because he started to run that coaster down it towards Vegas. It wasn't actually open. No, that's on Gwazi really. It was like mid-90s to like 2013. Sounds like a long time, but Nemesis was built in the mid-90s. It's still open, still going strong. That was an uncomfortable roller coaster.
It was a very uncomfortable roller coaster.
It was because it was first trip and everything was like, we're not sure. So I remember that vivid getting onto International Drive in the 2010 trip and being
we stayed at
what is this?
Quality Inn International, which is now the Rosen Inn International. It's got Denny's next door. It's the big McDonald's. We're not McDonald's because
it's the old big McDonald's as well because they've rebuilt it.
Yeah, it's been rebuilt since it was the original big McDonald's. Yeah. But as we're not McDonald's eaters, we never went in there.
No, I think
Matthew did. Yeah, Matthew did. But the opposite was the Tilted Kilt.
Yeah, and we loved it there. Didn't we?
And that was it's kind of like if you stay at the Rosen Inn at Point, you go to Miller's. If you stay at the International, you used to go to the Tilted Kilt. Yeah. But that's gone now as well.
Yeah, everything's changed. It's changed more now, isn't it?
It was nice, and it was just get your beer tubes in there, and the food was good.
It was kind of like, if you never went there, it was kind of like, like Hooters is famous for the Hooters girls. Yeah. And Tilted Kilt had the Tilted Kilt girls, so they were all in little
Tilted Kilt boys.
They did, exactly. So it was equal opportunities for everyone. And it was a nice atmosphere, and that's where we first saw Brian Malpass, the musician that we really liked playing there, wasn't it?
Yeah, they always had live music out on the patio in the afternoon. There was always a special on. There was loads. It was a family bar. It's like people think Hooters Hooters is a family bar. Yeah. They dress you as a chicken and make you flap your wings on your birthday. It's a family bar.
Definitely not going there for your birthday.
We just won't tell them it's your birthday. But there was always kids in there playing pool and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was a nice place to be. I mean, iDrive them, it's changed so much, hasn't it, since then?
Yeah, especially that end of iDrive.
The Eye wasn't there. The Eye was just, I remember what was
think of all the restaurants that are there now. The new Walgreens. Yeah. There was a little Walgreens, wasn't there?
No Hogan's Beach Shop.
No Hogan's Beach Shop. No Chewy's. No BJ's Brew House. No Red Robin. No Shake Shack. No Stone Cold Creamery. All those shops that hold
Stone Cold
section.
Creamery.
That's what it's called, isn't it?
Cold Stone
Oh
Creamery.
yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin Creamery. Yeah. Sorry. I'm interrupting.
So like it's all new, and that Mango's Cafe on the other side, that's new as well.
Mango's
That was
Chutney.
getting built when we first went.
That was going to be built when me and you went in 2013. Wasn't it? It was being built for a long time.
It was being built for a very long
Yeah.
time, yeah. And we're still not going to go.
And the polar coaster was
Roller
the
coaster.
first mentions of. It's just still not been built.
And Perkins has
Probably never will,
survived though. Yay!
Yeah, Perkins is still there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your brother was mad on Wild Jack's Steakhouse, and when we got
Wild
back, we looked at the
Jack's.
reviews, and it was like, oh.
We always had good food in
We
there.
did. Apart from the second time we went, it wasn't as good.
It was still alright though, because the prices were ridiculous in there.
Yeah, it was cheap.
It was cheap. Never made us sick.
Yeah, and it was much better than Cattleman's that we've been recommending. It was blooming off.
That was horrific.
That's gone now. So.
And the worst meal in there. Isn't Wild Jack's is the zombie outbreak room now?
Yeah,
I think,
that's
isn't
right,
it?
yeah.
Zombie escape room.
It was.
What are you doing?
So our 2012 trip was basically a carbon copy of the 2010 trip. We did more or less exactly the same, but we did Discovery Cove as well, which was really good, wasn't it?
Yeah, we did the dolphin. Matthew didn't come with us, did he?
No, it was just
Was it
me,
just us
you,
three?
and your dad, I think. And I think, yeah, it was. And we did dolphin swim with Coral the dolphin.
2012.
Me, you, and your dad.
Is that the year I lost my job?
Yes.
So then Rachel was with us and Steve?
Yeah.
And Matthew?
Yeah.
It wasn't just us three then?
No, sorry, I was talking specifically about Discovery Cove.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We did. We did Discovery Cove, and we swam with Dolphin the Coral the dolphin. I've only had one beer, I promise.
Well, that's a lie for a start, because that's your second one.
Yeah, I've had one beer. I'm on the second one. And that was the year we did a lot of TNA as well, because we went to
we
TNA
did
in
loads of
2010.
TNA, didn't we?
Yeah. And then by 2012, we were like, we knew how to play the game, so we went and got tickets to get to the VIP seats, but that actually just meant you guaranteed a place, because it was when Hulk Hogan was involved with it.
I
They asked,
wangled
didn't
us
they?
ringside, didn't I?
Yeah, they asked if they had any loud English people in the audience to get on the front row. Now, I'm not a loud person, I'm quite a quiet person, but for that night I decided to be a loud person, didn't I?
And we dragged that other fella along that we were talking to in the queue.
Yeah.
He was on his own.
Absolutely made up, wasn't he? And we all
Because I
ended up...
forgot that my dad wasn't with us that night because he doesn't like the wrestling.
Oh, he was? No, he wasn't, was he?
He
He
wasn't
didn't
that
come
night,
with
the
us.
ringside night. So I just said that there were 6 of us
Yeah.
because there were 6, and there was only 5 of us that night. So the fellow we were talking to, we just pulled him in.
Yeah, and he was made up because he was travelling over from the UK. It was his first trip to the Impact Zone.
Yeah.
Little did we know it, there's possibly a chance we wandered past Carl from Cheap Seats at that point.
Yeah.
Because he used to go there quite regularly as well, and we didn't watch it. Anything
It was
obviously on
free,
YouTube
so why
either.
wouldn't you?
Yeah, exactly. And I got in the ring and met Ken Anderson, the wrestler,
You did.
and tripped over the ring ropes, so that was quite funny. My only experience of climbing a wrestling ring.
It's a shame we didn't vlog that one.
Yeah, true. And then I think the week you did Halloween Horror Nights for the first time on that trip as well.
Yeah.
So the week after it, I went to watch Impact Wrestling on my own, and you went to Halloween Horror Nights. And your dad went back to the hotel and had food in the hotel restaurant. Oops, this Lego set's going well, bits are falling off. By 2013, that was when you'd moved jobs.
Yeah.
And you got, like, because you were made redundant, weren't you? You got like a down pay, like a
small
redundancy payment. So we bet because you moved, like Gemma is like so good. Oops, so good that basically within a week of like being made redundant, she'd find new work.
I just work in the right type of industry where it's easy
Yeah, and you've got
switch.
good contacts and all that. So it was like, right, okay, we'll take that redundancy payment and immediately put it into another trip. So we did. And that was our 2013 trip when it was the first time just me and you went.
It was, yeah.
So that was kind of exciting because it's always nice to just like have, spend time with family and that, but exploring on our own was like cool as well, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And that's when we planned out to do all the driving as well.
And all the zoos that they're not as interested in.
Yeah, and we did Kennedy as well on that trip, didn't we? The second time. The first Florida trip we did Kennedy as like a big package tour where it was Dolphin Tours did a really good job actually. It was a really
yeah.
good trip. And they drove you out there and then you did Kennedy and came back. The second trip I drove us out to Kennedy and it was the Dine with an Astronaut package that we did.
Oh yeah.
Where we actually went in the vehicle assembly building, which you can't, I don't think you can do it anymore. It's something that they very rarely let you do. So you actually go and see where the rockets were built, and they have like a circle on the floor, a painted red circle, and it's like that's where they built Saturn V. And then they have lines where they'd wheel the shuttles in. So I was
there was like a little old guy
up.
in there, wasn't there, who used to work there, and he was just telling you everything.
Yeah,
It's great to see all these people who are like so super excited about what they've done.
Yeah, that place I would recommend to anyone who's even got a passing interest in space travel. It's like the best.
Especially now with the Atlantis shuttle being there.
Yeah, and with it being the home of like the new launches, the new manned launches as well. There's always a possibility you might be able to get a manned launch.
We saw a shuttle out on the pad, but it didn't launch.
It was the first trip we went to. It wasn't due to launch while we were there, but they were preparing. It was Discovery. Space Shuttle Discovery was on the launch pad, so we got to see it with the housing around it.
Yeah.
Which I didn't have a long lens camera back then, so I didn't get any good photos of it, but we did see it. I'm trying to think what else we did. The 2013 trip was when we first ate in Disney Springs as well, then downtown Disney.
Yeah, it was downtown Disney. What's it going to be?
We went to Planet Hollywood.
We did go to Planet Hollywood, yeah.
You enjoyed it and I thought it was just okay.
Well, it depends on your meal.
Yeah.
It really does depend on what you choose to eat, doesn't it?
Well, I chose that lasagna in the tubes and it was rock solid.
Yeah, and I had like a Chinese sort of style meal that was really nice.
And I think we ate at Hard Rock Cafe as well. Oh yeah, we did. Did we do a Hurler sandwich then, or was it 2015? I don't remember any.
I don't know.
They do kind of merge into one a little bit, which is a bit sad, but.
I think we did Hard Rock as well. Hard Rock was good. I had a good time in Hard Rock. Apart from the person next to us who was a complete and utter winch bag.
Yeah, they saw us getting our food first, and they were most upset, and they were like glowing us for the whole meal, like it's our fault that we got our food before they did.
Because there was only two of us, but there was like they were at
six of them, and we had a proper he looked like a rock band roadie serving us, didn't he? As well. But yeah, I mean that's kind of a brief history of our Florida trips. Pre-vlogging, and I do regret that we didn't. Well, how could we know that we could, vlogging was a thing really? Because I didn't. I know a lot of people used to video their holidays for their own use anyway, and we tried to vlog our wedding trip in 2008, and I literally had about 5 minutes of footage plus the wedding ceremony, and that's it. And the video of that is actually on the channel. So I think when it came to go to Florida in 2010, I actually took the video camera with me and did some video on in SeaWorld, which is on the channel also, the Blue Oceans show, is it? The dolphin show?
Blue Horizon.
Blue Horizon, that was it. But then didn't record anything else for the rest of the trip. Which is pretty much about standard for me for vlogging. What's he up to?
Don't know.
Yeah, so there you go. Brief history of us in Florida for the person who asked and everyone else who's anywhere.
Oh, we have done Gatorland as well.
Oh, we have, yeah. Yeah, we did Gatorland before Carl did it, and he lives there.
I know. Gatorland is a rough and ready place, but it's good fun. Again, dedicated people. They do the animal amnesty where people can just basically dump their pets on them and they'll take them in.
And when you say pets, it's not cats and dogs.
No, it's like exotic pets, so it's snakes, spiders, lizards, that type of thing. Gators, turtles.
I think that place has changed quite a lot since we
it has,
I think they're less about the gator wrestling, slightly controversial shows, and more about the conservation message.
Cats there, they never had cats before. They've got servals and bobcats, which are ex-pets, so they're educating people on why you don't keep these things as pets.
But I've just remembered another bit from our first ever trip to Florida as well. You won us... Oh,
the old penguin place at SeaWorld, the old, not Empire of the Penguin as it is now. Untitled Chapter.
Yeah, it was
The old penguin place.
an old penguin shed.
Which was, it was like you walk through it. They were behind glass in snow, the same as they are now. But it's more open now. But they were like doing a talk. You listen to the talk. You had to answer a question. A few people got it wrong, and then I was fed up with them all getting it wrong because it just showed that they hadn't actually listened. Because there was only 3 types of penguin at that point, so you had like a 1 in 3 chance of getting it right. And we got to go backstage and meet one of the king penguins, who was called Cole.
Yeah, all the penguins at that time were named after kings, so that was Nat King Cole.
There was Elvis,
and there was a burger as well.
And there was Burger and Stephen.
Yeah. So that was like a nice, and it was like our last day, wasn't it? We were all feeling a little bit like we've had such a good trip, and we need to come back.
Yeah, we didn't realise that we'd all get to go backstage. We thought it was just me, but they let the whole
because we're all like that.
Go.
And they're like, no, you can all come. And they took a photo of us with Cole.
Yeah, they did.
And told us funny stories about caring for penguins.
Yeah, you could ask any questions that you wanted about like the facilities and everything.
And that kind of led on to the bit in our first vlog where our friend Stephen was with us, and he is absolutely penguin mad, and he'd come on our 2012 trip, and we booked it long before we found out they were building the penguin enclosure again. So when we got there, the penguin enclosure was shut. Yeah. So by 2015, when he came with us again, it was like, see, the penguins are going to be open. So he's like, right.
He booked himself the encounter,
yeah.
and he went to the penguin.
Oh, yeah, he absolutely loved it. I think he was thinking of doing it twice, wasn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, brief history of us doing Florida. I'm trying to think of anything else we missed.
Yeah, we've done a few backstagey things at SeaWorld and at Busch Gardens as well.
Busch Gardens backstage stuff is highly recommended, really good.
It's not like, compared to backstage stuff on British Zoo, it's ridiculously cheap. We found that SeaWorld and Busch Gardens are very, very open about the backstage areas, don't hide anything, let you film and take photos the whole round. You couldn't do that at a British Zoo. We've done backstage stuff at Chester.
Yeah, and that's not to say there's anything
not to say there's anything bad.
Zoos.
They just don't do backstage.
Because we have been backstage in quite a few British zoos, and they're all the same. You just don't want you filming them. But yeah, there was something else that came to mind that I didn't think. No, it's gone. So what was you? I'm going to ask a difficult question now.
Okay.
What was your favourite of all of the trips that we've done so far? Which was your favourite trip?
Which is my favourite trip? My 40th birthday trip.
The 2016.
The 2016 one.
That was a good trip. That was went with my sister. We had the villa.
We got a villa for the first time. I don't know. It was just I don't know. I just really like that trip.
Yeah, it was summer. We had some really cool, relaxing times in the villa, didn't we, as well?
And it was my birthday.
It was your birthday.
While I was there. Would I
My
go back
favourite.
again in June? Absolutely not, because it's far too hot.
My favourite, and I'm sorry to your dad and your brother, was our 2017 trip when we had the Mustang.
The Mustang was good.
Yeah. It was just because it was me, you, exploring the Mustang.
Every trip.
Yeah, I've never had a bad trip.
The first time we did full on Disney was also a very good trip, even though it didn't rain all the time. The first time we did full on Disney.
No, it was the 2018 trip when me and you just went. That was, some elements of that were my least favourite trip, and it was our 10th anniversary wedding trip.
I can honestly say I've never felt so miserable in Disney as the day when it was lashing down and I was on Dumbo in a poncho, sliding everywhere because it was that wet.
I mean, on the scale of things, I'd rather that wet, soggy Disney trip than not,
But then it went from feeling super miserable on Dumbo, because I actually slipped about that much I thought I was going to fall out of it, to then going into the circus place and meeting Donald and Goofy, and it like proper cheers you up.
Yeah, that always happens in like Disney parks, doesn't it? You can be like, you know what, I'm done today, I'm not enjoying this.
And then we saw the really big cavalcade.
Yeah. And then it flicks, bam, like that, and all of a sudden you're having the best day. Just out of nowhere, you're just having the best day. And you can plan and build these massive, really cool days out in your head, and maybe it won't go to plan. And then you can go, well, do you know what, we didn't plan anything particularly intensive today, so let's just go and explore, and then it'll turn into like the most amazing day ever.
Yeah.
So that's always been fun, I think. I think we've talked enough now, don't you?
Shut up, Mark.
But if you do have any questions specific to trips or anything like that, pop them in the comments, because right now, with the fact that we're probably struggling to fit more than 10 minutes of footage of a weekend into a video, and we've now just turned this into an absolute epic, probably 45-minute long weekend vlog for the real obsessed fans of our channel. Yeah, just ask and we can answer them. So I'm going to carry on building Lego and I'll show you the results when it's finished. You were supposed to be helping me dress this village.
And you're building that first. I
Oh.
can't dress the village while you're sat there, can I?
Lego construction is ongoing, but Gemma's made a fine meal.
Apart from that gravy, that looks like rubbish.
It'll be fine, sweetheart. Those roasties look amazing, don't
The air fryer roasties.
they? Air fryer. And the station is done. Just tweak that a little bit. There was one piece missing from the whole set, and it's probably in the tubs behind me that I've got loads and loads of spare bricks. So yeah, we now have a train station. We have all the other stuff that needs to be placed properly before we get to December. We do have the new set to build, but we'll be building that probably in December. This train isn't the Christmas train. We do have the Christmas train. There's one of the carriages off the Christmas train. This is the Disney train. So it doesn't really fit with this station, to be honest. It's a little bit dusty as well. I mean, you need to clean it. But while we're here, I thought I'd show you the app. This is the powered up app that controls the train. And the train is driven by the tender here. It has a little motor inside and it's Bluetooth connected. So if I tap this button here, our train sets off. If I turn the volume up on my phone, the phone gives you some sound effects. Oh, it's stuck. There we go. It slid back and hit the cupboard. Archie doesn't like the train. You're not sure, are you, mister? And of course you also get buttons on here. If you want some sort of generic Disney-esque music to play along. And of course this is the regular version. If I come out of here and pop back in this one, you get the Christmas version. The comparison here, Archie's full on curious, confused mode. How is the train moving on its own? Jen's fallen asleep.